play Magic right now. I don't want to build Magic decks, so I am putting the Temur deck on the shelf, and I'll think about it and actually build it later, but I just want to play decks that I've already looked at. So this Grixis deck I'd already looked at and made a couple small changes to, and I was happy with the spot that it has been. Feed on Inquisition here and see what they got going on. They did mulligan, so that's good for us. That's 2 Chalice of the Voids for 1. The classic. God, that's so annoying. Do I keep them off of Chalice or do I keep them off of Tron? Do I keep them off of Lantern or do I keep them off of Chalice or do I keep them off of Tron? Like, this is bad Tron. Like, oh, they have 2 mines. Thank you. Thank you. This totally got me. The artwork totally got me there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out. That's just easy. Take the Chalice. Easy. Take the Chalice. There aren't any pretzels left. Do you want some Cheerios or some other cereal? Using different arts confirmed optimal strategies? You're not wrong. There aren't any pretzels left, buddy. There aren't... Alright, well, while I was talking about pretzels, I made a pretty big mistake here. I should have fetched a second red source there because there's Bedlam Revelers in our deck. Now I'm gonna have to shock. This should have been a steam vent, so this could have been a basic island. And now I have to snap Thoughtseize to take the Karn away from them, which kind of sucks. Take the Karn away, because that's going to be annoying later. I guess these let them draw extra cards. There aren't any pretzels upstairs, buddy. They drew Thought Seer. They're playing Tron. Of course they drew Thought Seer. Of course they drew Thought Seer. Oh wait, they took my bolt? Sure. So we like to draw a Fatal Push or Terminate here. Guys, Jacob, let him go. My wife was supposed to be home 45 minutes ago. She should be here soon, hopefully. Her shuttle got delayed at work. Well, if our opponent hadn't drawn Thought Seer, we'd be in a very good spot right now, but they drew Thought Seer. Yay, mommy pulled into the garage.
Mommy home?
I'm just gonna take this hit for 6, so that way next turn I can unsummon this Thought Seer plus block the Matter Shaper. Yeah, mommy just pulled into the garage. She's gonna come through that door right there. She's gonna come through that door right there.
Mommy.
Yeah, gonna come through that door right there. Just wait. Yep, mommy's home. She's coming. Well, that Thoughtseize is a dead card, but we will get to loot it away with this Faithless Looting down the line. Pick that up, we draw a card, pull some pressure off the table here. So they have Matter Shaper, Thought Seer, and then one card we don't know. They drew Dismember. Their 2 draws were Dismember, Thought Not Seer right in a row. Well, that was a really unfortunate series of events. I think we would have been really, really in that game if they hadn't drawn Dismember or they hadn't drawn the Thought Not Seer. But the fact that both of those things happened, I think just put it a little bit too far out of reach for us. Damnation's pretty good here. Jace seems fine. Fulminator Mages are obviously great. Disdainful Stroke's probably okay. Brutality's pretty bad here. Do I want this Dark Intimations to make them sacrifice a creature or planeswalker? That's actually probably fine, right? We ended up going 2 and 3. We didn't play the last match against Burn just because we didn't have good sideboard cards for it, so I just didn't bother to play. Well, it's kind of mediocre here, right? Can I just cut that? It's good bad against Chalice on 1, too. I think I'm going to do that. I want EE for Chalice. I think that's narrow. I think I'm fine with the discard plus Kolaghan's command to kill the EE. Or to kill the Chalice. Yeah, I think that's enough. I don't think Surgical is good enough, especially with only 2 Fulminators. I guess you could make the argument we should Thought Scour them and then Surgical. But that seems a little loose. I'm gonna keep those. Alright, now that Jake is not trying to climb on me, we're gonna stand back up. Oh, my wife left the light off when she went upstairs. Turn that back on so I can see. All right. We go shock this in, play Faithless Looting. Probably binning an extra Jace here. We'll see. Jace K command. Seems fine. One of the things that's worth noting about this deck versus like the Mardu Pyromancer deck is that the Mardu deck has Lingering Soul, so its Faithless Lootings are a little bit better, right? We don't have quite as many, like, free discard cards that they do, so our Faithless Lootings are marginally worse. That feels pretty bad. This is not my deck list. This is a donation deck list, which means one of our... And I discarded my Kolaghan's command. The Eldrazi, I forgot to fetch. Yep, it's fine. We can't do anything anyways. We'll get probably Steam Vents here since I have a Swamp here already. Just gonna concede. Move on to the next match. I'm just gonna have Tron next turn. Just not gonna be able to keep up with that. Take a better crack at something else where they don't have it all. It was a pretty tough beat in that first game. I could have maybe not discarded the Kolaghan's command there, but with the Snapcaster Mage, it was kind of appealing to get it into my graveyard. Yeah, Snapcaster Mage does have value with the Faithless Looting, but like Snapcaster Mage is the type of card that like has value even when you're not Faithless Looting, so like you're not really adding much value to the Snapcaster, you're just like adding a touch of selection, and Thought Scour also adds that selection. The power with Faithless Looting in this style of deck is like in the mid to late game we can use to discard extra lands. Look, were you not watching the first game we played? That opponent did not have nothing in hand. Maybe you were watching a different game. Alright, so we can fetch steam vents with this, and then play this, then play Pyromancer on 2. Have some bolts and some snaps to back it up. We should have discarded Reveler since we could get him with the command. That's a good line. Yeah, I think you're right about that. We could have picked it back up with the command on the line. Yeah, I like that. I think we probably still would have been in a pretty bad spot there because of the Chalice, but I guess we could have shattered the map, actually, the way they sequence things if I would have kept the Kolaghan's command in hand. Yeah, huh. They did unban Jace the Mind Sculptor. It's kind of great. He is in fact legal. He's legal in paper starting Monday, and he's been legal on Magic Online since yesterday's downtime. I think I would rather play the Pyromancer than bolt this right away. I could be wrong. I'm using my health tool as a bit of a resource here to, like, be more mana efficient this turn. There's definitely a world where this line that I'm taking is a little bit greedy, but my frame says Avatar of Greed for a reason. Did they pitch a Spirit Guide? They pitched a Simian Spirit Guide. Okay. Okay, I like the cut of your jib, opponent. That Simian Spirit Guide is definitely a card that should go into modern decks. It's definitely a card that should go into modern decks. I don't know. Everything we've played so far has felt like different, various bits of medium. This is another Flame Wake. So I'm going to let all of these attack, and then I'm going to go Bolt, Terminate, Double Block. So Bolt this, Terminate this, Double Block this. Every degenerate deck ends up trying Spirit Guides, right? All right, they're down to 7 already because I cycled a couple Street Wraiths and they fetch shocked. So we have a Snap Bolt here to make another. They're actually just dead on our next turn, right? We can Snap Terminate too. Bolt, Vase, Snap Bolt. Oh, I could have just called them this turn. I don't know why they showed us Vexing Devil. Yeah, you're probably right, Sus. I was just so focused on cleaning their board up. I wasn't in pivot mode, right? I was in like this grind mode, and I need to, with a deck like this, we've been playing so many more controlling strategies. I need to focus on the fact that we're going to be turning the corner a little bit harder with our deck that has bolts and Kolaghan's commands in it. This is probably not a Jace matchup, right? This is probably a Damnation Anger of the Gods matchup, though. Probably trim the Thoughtseizes. Surgical Extraction's probably okay here. It looks like they're just straight green-red, which could mean Vengevines are going to come into play, which makes these Surgicals better. Surgical OP is playing Magic cards. Pivot! What do we want to change here? Kolaghan's command is good because it shatters. What's it called? Do I just trim Thought Scour? Just like go down on my total number of blue cards here, and this is kind of just like a do nothing cantrip? Let's give that a try. It seems fine. It's got some quick early interaction. It's got a surgical extraction in it. Yep. Yep, so they can play a Hallowed one here if they have it. It's 4 Pyromancers too many. I mean, it's the most you're legally allowed to play. So I would not recommend playing more than that. We're playing 2 in this build. Again, this is a user submitted deck list, so not my own. Yep, sounds right. Modern's fun. Modern. I guess I could take 8, and like end up at 2. I'm just not even gonna try. We're on the play. We could maybe loot into Kolaghan's command there, but it's not meant to be. Long interactive game of Magic there. Lining them up, knocking them down. Play this time. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Possibly. I don't like to say yes or no to things without actually seeing them. So you can always private message me deck lists off stream, either via Twitch or Twitter or my Discord if you're one of my subscribers. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, basically. Well, I'm taking the Insolent Neonate, right? Because otherwise they get to put Hollowed One into play. They have 2 Street Wraiths plus an Insolent Neonate. They get a bunch of redraws here to still put the Hollowed One into play, but I think this is correct to take. Always. At least we have the Kolaghan's command this time, I suppose. They're gonna get to put... Modern's fun. Modern's fun. I feel like we played an interesting and interactive game of Magic. Jace is certainly too good for this format. The people that were letting us know that Jace is too strong, I think I'm gonna take a screenshot and tweet it and title it Jace is too strong. Jace, I'm gonna tweet this. I'm gonna close this revealed zone here real quick though. I'm gonna tweet this. Jace is certainly too strong. Jace is certain. The people that are complaining about Jace in Modern are complaining about the wrong things. Of course they pitched a Spirit Guide to get the burn. Of course they pitched a Spirit Guide to get the burn. Oh. I'm not upset. My opponent's deck is sweet. I just think it's silly that people talk about Jace the Mind Sculptor, this 4-mana sorcery speed card, being too good for Modern, when like they look at things like that and they go, yeah, that's a thing that can happen sometimes, that's cool. Like, Modern is a format about doing powerful things. And if the powerful thing that people want to be doing is like paying 4 mana for this honest Planeswalker that they have to protect to take over the game, like that's fine. That's fine, compared to like the things Storm and Hollowed One and the other aggressive degenerate decks in this format could do. Give us fair blue mages our fun cards to play with. Can we just be allowed to play with this one? It's not too good, I promise. It's fine. Because Jace is more powerful than... They had 14 power in play. Let the record reflect they had 14 power in play, Nox across. Ew. Can I keep this with a Scry? We're on the draw. I'm going to keep this because it has a looting with a Scry. Ding. Fries are done. Yeah, while you're at it, can I get Stoneforge Mystic back? All right. Okay. Affinity's probably a decent matchup. Yeah, to be fair, Street Race probably one of the cards that probably shouldn't be in Modern. Agree with that. All right, sweet. Their hand is a whole lot of nothing remaining. Got 3 lands, one of which is a Blink Moth, but by and large, a whole lot of nothing here. Probably fetch Steam Vents here and cast this Faithless Looting. I agree. Could you imagine, like, a kid being excited to go play in his first Modern, his or her first Modern, sorry. Hey, got Buckeye Chris with that brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. Subs are always the best way you can support my stuff here. Could you imagine being a kid who's excited to go to their first Magic tournament and they get there and a Hollowed 1 player does that on the first turn of the game? Like, that kid that just got run out of that game of Magic, they're not gonna care that what just happened to them only happens 1 in, I don't know, even a dozen or 2 dozen games. They're just gonna know that they showed up and they spent money and they didn't actually get to play a game. The capitalist pig with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. It's an appropriate username for our channel here. Appropriate username. I am certainly a capitalist pig. I think we're just gonna push this Blink Moth off a cliff here. Yep. And you, Julitas with the Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. We might never draw a 3rd land to get punished for bidding the Terminate instead of the Snapcaster, but I think it was right. For the record, if you enjoy playing decks like Hollowed 1, you shouldn't feel bad. You should never feel bad for playing a powerful Magic deck. If a Magic deck is actually obnoxious and bad for the format and generates bad games of Magic, that's Wizards' responsibility. It's not your job as the player to police Wizards of the Coast format. It's Wizards of the Coast job to police their format. Do you have the opinion that Jace is better as a mid-range card or a control card? In general, mid-range decks are a little bit better in Modern, right? So this is an interesting turn. They have Spire of Industry plus 1 other card in their hand that we don't know. I think what I actually want to do here is play my Snapcaster Mage, target my Fatal Push, then I'm going to go ahead and block the Master of Ethereum with my Snapcaster Mage, and I'll push the Master of Ethereum post-combat once my Snapcaster Mage has left and triggered Revolt. No, you should not feel bad for loving Lantern, not at all. That's not your fault that Lantern exists. That's Wizards of the Coast. You can check all of the decks that we are currently planning to play today by peeking into the donation queue. Galvanic Blast. That's really unfortunate. Wait, their timing here sucks. So now that leaves. So I'm gonna get to keep my Snapcaster Mage here. So that dies. So I get to go ahead and push this now, so I take less damage. I guess I don't get a token, but I keep my Snapcaster. So like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Alright, I'm gonna bolt this land. I'm gonna Fatal Push this Arcbound Ravager post-combat. And then I'm gonna snap Fatal Push the Vault Scourge. And then we'll have 2 Snapcasters, and we're both top decking, but I have a Faithless Looting in my bin. The Lantern players are most certainly out to rude people. Yay! Efficient removal is good against Affinity. Yay! So we actually don't have that many cards in our sideboard for this matchup, but that's almost certainly because it's kind of reasonable for us game 1, right? This is a Damnation. I don't actually know if Anger of the Gods is good enough here. I think Damnation's fine because it can deal with Arcbound Ravager and it cleans out Etch Champion, but I guess I don't want these Thoughtseizes in my deck. So maybe Anger's better than one of those. Inquisition is fine. The rest of these cards are fine. Fulminator Mage is actually probably marginally better than Anger. It's like not good, but it's just like passable. No. Jace seems like an appropriate top-end finisher. Hey, K Mueller with the 5-month resubscription. Thanks a lot and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I think Jace and Bloodbraid Elf were both pretty reasonable reintroductions to the format. Is this keepable? It's got mana, and I guess these cards could be anything. I've got one removal spell. Are we really in the top 20? Look at that. Look at that. I mean, they took their most popular format and gave it a huge shake, right? It's got to be good for numbers. We'll just pass here. Yeah, and the actual answer is we almost certainly don't know if Jace is too good for Modern or not. Like, 2 days, nobody's played enough games to, or has optimal builds to realistically know if it's too good. It might be, it might not be, but again, the actual answer is it's too soon to tell. That's the actual answer. The educated, informed answer is it's too soon to tell, don't freak out about it yet. I don't think I want to escalate this. My cards are valuable because of Faithless Looting. I mean, that's not true. Most mid-range decks have, like, powerful nut draws on occasion. I don't think you understand how machine learning works and how AI works if you think it's trivial to have machines play games like Magic the Gathering. It is, in fact, very much not trivial to teach computers to play games like Magic the Gathering optimally. Bedlam Daddy. Alright, am I going to start with the Thought Scour here, see what we get, I think. Now we're just on this Faithless Looting, right? Just because, like, I'm not sure what exactly we're looking for. We're kind of looking for, like, Damnation, right? What if I been like land looting here, plan to Thought Scour at end step, and then untap, go fetch Mountain Bedlam next turn? Duels is crippled Magic. Duels is not full games of Magic the Gathering. Yeah. Magic has a lot of layers. It's like an onion. It's got layers. Now, linear decks, yeah, you could teach a Magic an AI to Goldfish. God, we've been to our Damnation. All right. Is this thing free yet? It's mostly free, right? We'll Fatal Push here. Cast this Bedlam for 2. Actually, I can Inquisition them now too, just in case they got a hit, right? So, Snapcaster Mage down the line, snaps Damnation. So we just need to hit 2 more land drops this turn and next turn. The layer jokes are painful but appropriate. That probably means we're dead. What do I have in here? Anything useful? Not really. Guess I can hold up Snap Fatal Push. I'm gonna hold back the Bedlam to block the Arcbound Ravager here. Hey, DeFreaky, could you, I don't know how hard this is to do since you're here. Is it possible to allow the streamer to set the default position for the Stream Decker button, or just like move it to the upper right hand corner instead of being center right? That's pretty good. Yes it is. Should we have looted into another land? No, I can snap Thought Scour to get 2 hits at another land. Looting lets me see 1 more card, but I like the option to leave up snap removal this turn, I think. Just in case they try to go in on something. Like, they could try and kill me this turn, potentially. No, they're probably short of that. Oh, I can't snap Scour. I don't have double blue. Damn it. Yeah, that's bad. Alright, I messed this up. It's embarrassing. Oh, that's embarrassing. We weren't gonna hit it anyways. Well, I guess we would have scoured ourselves, so we would have hit the steam vents. I could have shocked myself with that steam vents that previous turn, and then flooped it into play. Yeah, I'm talking about the default position. Like, just somewhere out of the way. It's kind of in the middle of everything right now where default's too freaky. Maybe I could make all the background darker and then make the text white, potentially. Terminate, Ravager, he couldn't animate to sack. Yeah, he could. He had a bunch of lands up. The creature lands don't need to be untapped in order to activate them. Yeah, we weren't dead on board there. I was just off playing the game. I kept the hand because Damnation's great and we hadn't seen any Thoughtseizes. The screenshot from the Hollow One match is on my Twitter account, twitter.com/Jeff Hoagland. Yeah, that's probably true. A crotcheted condom with the $10 donation. You have my respect for your stance on people criticizing without validating their point. As someone still learning the game, I often choose cards I think are good, but the way you break it down on why to pick one card over another truly helpful. Thank you for the support, crotcheted condom. I appreciate that, and thank you for the kind words. Oh, it's crocheted condom. It is crocheted condom, isn't it? Not crotcheted. Just ignore me and my mush mouth. I'm gonna escalate this. Just spot check for a counterspell or something stupid. Bin this. You don't need... You need double block at some point. Bin this for now. Hey, Full Metal Mudkip. That Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome, welcome, welcome. Do appreciate that. Alright, so they've got an Etch champion, but they don't have a particularly fast clock, right? I was wondering, spinning off of my donation, is it just experience that teaches you why a card works better? Yeah, experience is definitely a big part of it. Like, be familiar, especially when you're working with new combinations. Oh, God, that's gross. Especially when you're working with, like, new combinations of magic cards, too. Like, experience in previous situations allows you to relate what you've seen before forward to new situations, so you can kind of adapt and identify what's going to be good quicker because you have previous experience identifying things that are good in different situations. So at this point, we're looking for a Snapcaster Mage, probably. We're just looking for spells, really. Looking for a removal spell. Their draw steps were Steel, Overseer, Arcbound Ravager. It's like sometimes you're just not meant to win with a deck, right? It feels like the way we ran and the way the opponents ran in this league that Worth is trying to tell us that we should just not be playing Grixis Bedlam Reveler. There's nothing good to see here. We should try something else. I'm gonna cast this before we concede, just to confirm there's not something in my deck that I forgot about. Man, we've had some rough ones, but that was pretty rough. I definitely feel like we had a good combination of mistakes there, right? Like, I punted a couple of games, we ran a little bit cold, they ran a little bit hot, so like the deck's definitely almost certainly stronger than like that result just showed, but it really feels like there's kind of some clunk here, right? Like, I'm not sure that fitting these Jace and these Snapcaster cards into what's basically a Mardu Pyromancer shell is really, like, where we want to be in life, like, how we want to be leveraging Jace. The fact that the third color, so one of the things to remember about the Mardu Pyromancer deck is that the third color in that deck is effectively free when you look at it, because the Lingering Souls you can just discard to Collective Brutalities or Faithless Lootings. You never actually need white mana. Whereas this deck needs blue mana and it needs double blue. Yeah, and the fact that looting is card disadvantage in this deck, it doesn't have those Lingering Souls to really filter through, makes the Faithless Looting a lot less powerful than it otherwise could be in a lot of situations. Yeah, Burkhart's latest tricks list seems super reasonable. All right, we've still got time for another league or two, especially if we keep. Do I have tickets for another league or two? That's the real question. Do I need to sell treasure chests yet? We have 92 tickets. I have 23 treasure chests. Look at that. All right, these Jace decks are gonna be the death of my tickets. It's fine. People send us money so we can replenish the tickets. All right, so that was the Grixis. BBE. Ooh, Jace Moon is the next one. Jace Moon is actually the next one. All right. What do we think about this one, chat? Hey there, gifts forgiven. That brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome.